Hi 60K. My name is Ishaani and I'm from, of course, your class. And for my home learning number 6 action, I chose the question, why don't children across the world have the right to education? The lens which I picked was, of course, education. The first and most common reason is because of poverty. Many families cannot afford school fees. That blocks their children to have the right to education. Like the word which we use in class is barrier. They don't have the access to education because they don't have enough money to get to the school and pay for the school. Second reason is birth certificate. A few children in Dominican Republic don't have a birth certificate because they were born on a nearby island, and that's why the school believes that they are children which were born illegally, since the law and the government do not give them certificates. And disability. Most children don't get to go to school because people underestimate their understanding towards education. Since disabled children, their brain does not function as well as ours, and there are a few complications. Gender bias. A few nations and countries are biased because many young girls don't get the right to education because people believe that the girl's place is in the kitchen or in the house to cook and take care of the family. So that's why they don't think the girl's place is in school where she gets to be something. So that's why children don't get to go to school, because as we know, girls are children. Labor. Kids across the world don't have access to go to school because they have to do labor to earn enough for their family, because of course they are poor and they're in poverty. Location. Another strong reason is because of the location they are in, where they're based. There are many remote towns which don't have schools nearby, and there is no access for the school buses to go through, and the children need to face a lot of trouble every morning, getting up very, very early and walking it by themselves till the school. Corruption. Another reason is obviously corruption, because if there is so much going on in the place that you're living in, it will affect, like, for example, just take the protest. If it had gotten worse, then, and they were in a soak, then we wouldn't have, the school may have closed. Well, the school may have gotten closed because many children live in the Asok side, so they can't get to school. That's another barrier, because if corruption is there, then a few kids lack those days of education, and they don't get the right to have education for that day. Previous generations / beliefs. In India, people believed in our mythological stories that all the successful men, the princes and the kings, their schooling used to be done, they were schooled as warriors. So in the olden times, children didn't have the right to education, the education which we have now, but they had the education to be taught to be warriors because of the previous generation and the beliefs that they have with the previous generation. Where I found diversity in this question was the reasons why children couldn't go to school or receive the amount of education that we have. These are my sources. One is soschildrensvillages.org and the other is UNICEF. I did 3 interviews. One was obviously of myself, one was of my mom, and one my sister. Thank you.